Diana Yousef, founder of Change Water Labs, and we shrink wrap crap. So, 2.6 billion people in the world lack access to a proper toilet. What does that really mean? Well, for girls in a Syrian refugee camp, that girl, probably the most dangerous thing she does today is goes to use the communal toilet. This is a picture of Zaatari refugee camp. What girls experience when they don't have access to a proper toilet is that they probably get sick, they could be raped, and they likely drop out of school. So, wouldn't the solution be to put a toilet in every house? But then what does that do to global water supplies? Not to mention the logistics nightmare of non-piped sewage. Well, Change Water has a really simple solution to that enormous problem. We shrink it. Here's how. Sewage is mostly water. So if we could get rid of that water quickly and cheaply, we get rid of 90% of the problem. The key for us is this polymer membrane. It acts like a very thirsty sponge to soak up the full liquid content of sewage and vaporize it, leaving behind only the dried solids. Essentially, it's like evaporation or distillation, but without the high energy cost. Here's a time-lapse video of our passive evaporation, and that's actually not what you think it is. That's coffee. So. Leveraging that disruptive membrane, we're creating a revolutionary evaporative toilet for homes with no power or plumbing. The way the toilet works is it collects waste solids and liquids in a removable pouch of our membrane, and that pouch will vaporize or flush away 95% of daily sewage volumes. Like all offline sanitation solutions, our solution would also require collection services, but our technology enables completely different economics around that. We'd have 10% or 10 times less collection frequencies, 95% less haulage volumes, and 2 to 3 times leveraging of existing collection capacity. So now, decentralized sanitation becomes scalable and feasible. For what aid agencies are currently spending on communal toilets which are failing, they could put one of our toilets in every home. Many different markets need portable or offline sanitation, both at the high end and the low end. And what our technology does is it cuts across all of those markets, targeting the common denominators of non-piped sewage, namely the collection frequency and the on-site accumulation. So we're initially going to target the humanitarian aid sector, which already spends $11 billion a year on sanitation, and they have huge unmet needs. Later, we plan to move into other segments, as well as other applications in decentralized wastewater, including industrial wastewater and zero liquid discharge applications. Our unit economics captures $20 to $65 per toilet per year, and if we only, and that's in ongoing service margins. If we only deploy 2,000 units, we would already, by year 2 of sales, get to profitability and recoup our development costs. We plan to launch in mid-2018, and by year 5, we expect to see stable EBITDA margins of 30%. We've already raised $95,000 in grant money, and we're looking to raise another $150,000 to complete commercialization. Our team brings together Harvard and MIT innovators with 15+ years of combined experience in venture capital investing, clean tech commercialization, water systems design, and international development. Our advisors and our partners come from the top experts and leading organizations in sanitation and wastewater treatment. In fact, some of those experts have told us that our technology is uniquely positioned to be a game changer in this sector. Change Water believes that access to safe sanitation is a basic human right. We hope you'll get behind that vision and help us change water. Thanks.
So is your model based on some consumables?
Yeah, so essentially the upfront sale is the hardware, is the toilet. And then the ongoing sales are the replacement membranes. And then as we sort of become a more established company, we would roll out the sludge management services. So initially the idea is to get out in the market with the hardware and the replaceables through other service providers and other managers of sanitation, like aid agencies and sanitation collection service providers. And then eventually we would add on the service component, which actually is when the revenues would really kick up.
So would you become a waste disposal company?
We could be. We could be a waste disposal company. We could become a waste to value company. But initially, we're planning on selling hardware and the consumable.
Do you have launching customers? Are you in the market, or is this
No,
still a pivot
we're
plan?
pivoting to prototypes. So we're still developing. We're going to launch in mid-2018.
What's happening to the water?
It's vaporizing, molecular water. Yeah.
It's just molecular water. And so what about the bacteria? And
It doesn't get through. We've tested this. So and the membrane itself doesn't biofoul. We've actually grown bacterial cultures in it, and they don't stick to the membrane.
and viruses?
We're still testing that, but it's a non-porous membrane, so essentially it shouldn't get through.
Which are the first countries that you are targeting as a market?
So we've had interest from donors like Yousef and Oxfam that actually operate in multiple countries. What we are targeting, what we ideally would like to target, is the Middle East, where essentially the technology would work at its most advantage, because essentially you need dry and hot to be most effective with this membrane, because what really drives it is the relative humidity across the membrane. So we already have, we just were pitching in Jordan last week, and we had a number of partners come up to us that were interested in using the technology not only for refugee camps, but also other wastewater treatment applications. We have 3 seconds.
Okay, what takes you so long? Why do you need to take till 2018 to launch this thing?
We got to pilot it, and it's one of those things you have to put it in the field, and people who want to use these technologies, they want to see like 6 months of data.
Thank you very much. Very exciting.